put some fucking pants on and go outside and do some shit.
Nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
Girl, there is nothing to do.
The Sandhills wants to know what time it is. It's time to get ready for the unlimited social scoop. Introducing Nothing to Do, the Sandhills Social Scene Podcast, straight from the Share Studios with your host, Dominique.
Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 11 of the Nuthin To Do Podcast with your girl, Dominique. I want to send a huge shout out to Be Live, my producer, Jenny Keefe from the Share Studios for letting me use his space, Cheryl Salamoni from Cumulus Media for still allowing me to have a job. If you haven't already, go ahead and like Rock 103, Magic 106.9, Q98, and 640 AM on your socials. And of course, like Nothing to Do, because why would you not, right? So now that I paid the bills, this episode is going to be jam-packed because I had a great weekend. I was in the Vagina Monologues, and I actually did better at that than I thought I was. So pat on the back. Big ups to Yelly Beanie Project, Mikey, Claudia, and like y'all were just such amazing people. So yeah, I went out and celebrated afterwards, and guess what I did? Hey Brian, didn't we? That laugh tells it all. So I might have more guests than normal, but fuck it. You say there's nothing to do. Here we go. Episode 11. Hey guys, as I told you, episode 11 is going to be pretty jam-packed. And speaking of jam-packed, a lot of the people that I know around town knew me around my first go with Rock 103, when we used to have a lot of jam sessions at places like Jester's and Rock Shop. Big up to Sean. He's got something coming up for you guys, and I'll have him on the show later. But yeah, so a lot of my good friendships that I've had are amazing musicians. And these three, yeah, I know, I've never had three on the show at once, are part of that group, a continuous, what do we say, mudslide of musical talent that keep and stay in my life. Brian, let's go to this big wide angle. I've got the Wu-Tang Clan in with me today. All right, so Damien, talk to us. Let us know who you are. I already told you.
Hello, my name is Damien Lugo. I am the only person in Damien Lugo and the Halo of Vultures. I also am a tattoo artist. I've been tattooing here for about 21 years. Okay. And my shop is called Brighter Shade Tattoo. Okay. Yeah, if you want to check that stuff out, you can go to @Damien Lugo on Instagram. Yeah, we'll lay out. It's a lot to lay out.
Oh, that's fine. We've got all the green screens.
Yes.
All right, my next guy.
My name is Brent Underwood, like Carrie without the money. I am a singer, songwriter, country now, used to be rock guy, metal guy, played Jesters a lot. I've been on the road with Peanut Patch Boiled Peanuts all last year, and me and Tyrek, we've been slinging nuts and playing music.
Hey, rock and roll.
Boiled Peanuts and Sundrop.
That's right. It's a winning combo.
My name's Tyrek Hearon. I am the only person in all of the bands. I just love music. I play a lot of music. I teach at Fayetteville Music Collective, and we'll be booking some shows there. And yeah, like Brent said, been traveling around delivering peanuts to people.
Delivering nuts to people.
Various methods and mediums.
Yes.
Taste of the South in every mouth.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this out here. If we were talking at the bar, you two would not be this quiet. So I hope a little bit. But Brent, since you're the one that I've known the longest, let's talk about your lifespan in the Fayetteville music scene, because you've been around for a minute.
Yeah, it's been like 20 some years. I started off in a band called Dead by Dawn, played Jesters a lot. Actually, my first show at Jesters, I opened for Nephilim when they had their original singer and drummer. And then I joined Nephilim and played countless shows at the Rock Shop and Jester's Pub and everywhere with them. I was in a band called Messenger of Hope after that with Joey Deal, which actually he's now the front of house sound guy for Brett Young, and he and I just released a song together called Chase the Night. It came out March 1st, and it's one of my favorite songs I think I've ever done.
And my favorite cover art.
Yeah, thank you. I paid a lot of money for that, so I appreciate it. And I was in Drayton Road for a while, but then I'm from Tar Heel, and that's a town maybe 30 minutes away from here. Yeah, you never heard of it?
Yeah. Oh, I know, because Tar Heel is when you're going to Wrightsville. It's that first slowdown. Where
That's right. That's right.
There waiting on you.
Right near that beautiful.
Not like Ice Speed.
Right near Smithville, when you have the great smelling place.
Love it.
Yeah, but that's where I was born and raised. You know, I grew up on a farm out there and still live out there. And I've always been joked as the redneck of the scene. And I was just like, heck with it. And I am the redneck. So I started playing country, and I did a band called 87 and Pine for a while. And I had a viral video that got me on like Dr. Phil and stuff like that. And then Peanut Patch noticed me from a viral video I did where I was yelling at a hurricane.
Yep, I remember
Sun
that.
Dropping Peanut Patch. Yeah, that's right. And I did the Stone Cold thing. And and by the way, sun drop does not feel good in your eyes at all.
I bet it doesn't. Like, you know, it's a powerful, potent thing.
It's delicious. That's my favorite stuff. But I started a band called 87 and Pine after that, and did nothing but country and rock. And I was pretty fortunate to have Nashville come calling. These people at Treasure Isle, Todd Rash, the owner, and Abraham, his nephew, heard my stuff, and I was up there, and I got a chance to record with 11-time Grammy-nominated engineer Joe Carroll. And so I've just been up and back and forth with, from here in Nashville, just recording and playing shows. And like I said, like Tyrek and I were talking about, we've been everywhere from Florida to New Jersey with Peanut Patch and playing shows and getting in front of a couple thousand people every now and then. It's awesome.
So you're just showing off. That's cool. So who have you known the longest between Damien and Tyrek?
Probably Tyrek.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Tyrek, this is how we're gonna go.
Yeah, cool.
Tell us your background in the Fayetteville music scene.
So I had moved schools right before I went to high school, and I met a guy named Josh Kelly in gym class in freshman year, and he was like, "I play in this band called SOC."
It sounds so majestic.
The tone of his voice.
I can listen to that.
I'm gonna animate this whole story.
But Josh Kelly played in this band SOC, and he was like, come see my band. I didn't play music at the time, but I was like writing poetry and stuff, and I was always interested in music. And it was like up here. It was kind of weird, honestly. But 13 years old, I don't know how Jesters was just letting people that young in, but I was there.
They're no longer cool. Yeah.
I mean, it worked.
It's too late.
It worked for Quincy Jones. I mean, he joined the whole military. He was in a lot of bands at that age.
That's what I'm saying. So, we frown upon it now. And that is, watch out, that is what I'm looking for. I'm writing music for rom-coms now. So, or the music I'm writing could be in rom-coms.
Nice, okay.
But maybe like 2 years later, I picked up guitar. So when I was about a year and a half later, so summer between 9th and 10th grade, I picked up guitar, and Jesters was one of the first places going to like open mics, and I played in a death metal band for like this long, playing bass. That was the first time I ever got on stage, actually, and I can't remember the name of the band. Yeah, that was it. I played guitar first, but I played on stage bass first.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then I had just like my high school band in like 2000, or when I was 19, I started like my first band that I fronted called the Token Black Experience.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I didn't know it was as risque as people thought that it was, and I was like, I'm not. It's not some political statement, but whatever. But that gave me a taste of like. The work that goes into music, and that's what I really kind of fell in love with. And from there, I joined Evans City Saints with Jake, who he was in Drayton Road with. And that band was the first band I learned. It's like, if you practice twice a week, you will be the best sounding band around. And it's true. I mean, it's just simple, hard work. But then I joined the Several Devils band, and it was like, just crazy from there. They were the first band that like took me out and around and stuff. We would go to Myrtle Beach and all that stuff, man. But I love those guys, and that's where I learned to sing better, and I understood what harmony was in like songwriting, man. Because like Adrian Warwick's like one of my favorite songwriters, man. So yeah, I spent a lot of time with him, and then I like went back to college and was like starting my own band, which is still around, Lotus Sun. And I was like, this is all I could do. I got too much on my plate. And so it just went from there, man. And you know, I just took everything I learned from all those experiences. And, you know, still people from that time, Darkwater Rising, Charlie Lowry, you know, were people that I met through that whole time frame. And people I still play with to this day. And I've been all around the country. From John F. Kennedy, JFK Center, playing with Charlie and Alexis to Vegas and everywhere in between.
Nice. Your turn, sir.
Oh, I thought I already had my turn. Yeah, so, well, I started playing guitar when I was about 13, 14. And the first band I was in was a band called Catch 22, which we soon learned. It was like a punk band, and they needed a bass player, so I filled the spot. But I mainly played guitar. That's right. So we had to change our name because Catch 22 was already a band, then we changed it to Last in Line. Later went on to go into kind of an experimental metal band called The Kind. This was all in Oregon, as a matter of fact. I should add that. I moved to Oregon when I was about 14. So, yeah. So then I came back to North Carolina when my sister was having a baby a good while back. And
How old is the baby now?
she is 17
Oh, okay.
now. Yeah. So there you go. And yeah, so I came back here and got in a band called Under the Sun, started that one. And we ended up switching the makeup, and I was, you know, fronting that. And then I kind of took a hiatus for a while. So that was probably about, for, I want to say 12 years, I didn't write or play any music other than pick it up once in a while. And probably a year and a half ago, I started picking it up and writing.
What gave you the itch?
Well, I mean, my daughter was getting bigger. The reason I put my guitars away is because my daughter was firstborn, and she would just tear everything up. And, you know, it was a different situation, different environment. And, you know, I was really focusing on the tattoo stuff.
Okay. So all three of y'all are so different. And you have an event coming up. How so? You have an event coming up that we're going to talk about a little bit later. But y'all are so different. What brings this together? This Mod Podge, this buffet of manly meatness.
Manly.
Well, I think on the surface we're quite different, but I think as far as creatives, there's a lot of similarity with a lot of creatives. But like I said, on the surface, it seemed different. But I respect, you know, me and Brent actually, I've known of Brent and I've watched him play a bunch of times, but we never really hung out, and we just kind of really officially met and hung out a little bit, probably in the last week. So,
strangers in the night.
Yeah, right. So,
You never called me back.
yeah.
You put it there talking
That's
about
right.
car and track.
I knew it was you. The whole time I thought it was Max.
I guess we're writing the rom-com.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Three musicians.
Yes. So, but you know, I respect these guys. I've seen what Brent's done over the years, and Tyrek is creative powerhouse.
I'm a huge fan.
He can, yeah.
Like
I mean,
I am
everybody is a huge fan,
right?
as they should be.
I have
They're
a
not.
Tyrek
What's wrong with
tattoo
that?
right
Do you?
here.
Uh-huh.
No,
You
not
too?
yet.
Mine's a tramp stamp.
Yeah, let me see.
Property of
Oh,
Tyrek.
Watch out.
Well, I mean, that kind of
Zoom in on that.
Yeah, here you go. You did it.
that kind of
right.
meshes
We'll
with
move the hair over.
Yeah.
I got a comb. Johanna, you have a comb. Johanna Robin's in the background. But that kind of meshes with what you have going on with Lotus Sun as well, right? It's like so many different powerhouses that all kind of fit together to make one group, right? So what made you feel like you two or three that the type of collaboration that you guys do with your different musician friends was needed in town, or did it just happen?
So I can start with that. The thing that which it's weird for me. There are certain people I don't like. It's like I meet them and we've just always known each other. That's what it feels like. You know, and Damien's one of those people because I can't remember. It's like, when did we? You know, but his tattoo shop is next to Cape Fear Music Center, which is a place I both took lessons at and taught lessons at. And so I remember when he moved in there and just kind of checking his spot out and dropping by every now and again. But an interesting kind of duality here is that I was away from like visual arts for a long time and I just got back into it. He was away from music for a long time, just got back into that. And so we've kind of been like trading, you know, like trade secrets of the two. And so that's been like an interesting relationship. And so it's back to the beginning question you asked. It's really like this introspective conversation that brings it all together, you know? And so we're all creatives are deep thinkers, you know. Adrian actually told me this a long time ago. He's like, I don't think he said it this way, but I'm gonna say it. Normal people hire us because we think outside the box, you know. That's the one thing that every creative person has in common. So we're all capable of, whether it's just putting a show together, we're like, oh, I see it this way, and oh, well, I see it this way, you know. And the whole idea of a show for me is really just to bring people together. So, you know, why not do that with people who kind of represent to the outside people all these different facets, you know. So
Absolutely.
Cool.
I thought we would just, drink in a dirt bag and you guys said we should do this. I mean, he was like, you want to do something like that, man? Sounds great.
I feel like more friends than not do that to you, Tyrek. Like, hey, you got your guitar in the car. Then you have to go in, get your guitar, bang it out. I mean, it's a conversation piece, right? Like a nice tattoo on this part of my arm that's not touched.
Come on.
Nudge, nudge. I don't have any tattoos.
nudge, nudge.
What?
Come on, baby.
I'm a
Come on.
virgin.
Oh, wow.
I'll penetrate you, buddy.
Here we go.
You better call me this time.
So we got this show.
It's a tiny little prick. It's okay. You can handle it.
I'm gonna call her.
Famous last word.
Just a lot of
Oh
it.
my goodness.
I love this relationship. Like, you guys are going to be together for a while.
I can't wait. We're gonna go all together.
So, this show that's coming up, tell me about it.
Well, I guess we were drinking and we decided we are going to do a show. No.
Yeah.
Me and Tyrek have been talking a lot about what we can do for the scene around here. And, you know, I have a space. We want to play. There hasn't been the same opportunities around. So, you know, I want to utilize the space that I have to kind of get my other creative friends busy and me busy and, you know, have some fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I did tell a friend who was kind of upset and like in an artistic slump because he just didn't have a lot of chances at things. And I was like, well, sometimes you have to create them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like
Right.
that's what you guys are doing. What was that kind of the same thing that sparked you guys to start this show or to play wherever? It's like creating opportunities for yourself?
That's exactly it. You know, I remember when I said I was in my first band, the little punk band, we were all like 15, 16, you know. Nobody was having us open for any big bands. There were no venues for us, no little small dives that would put us on. We couldn't play in bars. So we'd have a friend that whose mom would like buy us alcohol or whatever, let us do the hood rat stuff we did. And she went and got this rental hall place for us, and we put on shows, and man, it would be a huge turnout, because once we told our friends, they told their friends, all the schools knew, and man, we'd pack the place, man. So I mean, in that time playing punk rock as a young kid, we had to make our own opportunities.
Okay.
So
tell everyone what time, address for the show. And of course, we're going to get the social medias at the end. We'll just put them up. And Brian, maybe we can do kind of like a mugshot thing with everybody and have their socials. I mean, it's a green screen. We can do anything, right?
My first mug.
You guys, Brian is looking at me like he is about to kill me. He is so tired of me adding things onto his plate. But yeah, the show.
Yes. So it's going to be on the 22nd this month. It's on the 4th Friday this month at my shop, Brighter Shade Tattoo, 116 Old Street, and 8 o'clock. We agreed on, correct?
Absolutely. That sounds good.
So 8 o'clock we just agreed on.
We were talking about that at first watch this morning.
Yes.
How long were we playing?
Yes.
You won't cover.
So we're looking at 8 o'clock on that day. So.
Okay. And now that I have you in my eyesight and I can touch you, what do you have going on? Do you have any shows coming up?
This show, the 22nd.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Did they just put you on the bill?
They just did,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
It was awesome, yeah. Actually, last Saturday we talked about it. But next month we kind of hit the road with Peanut Patch. We'll be going to Merle Fest, and then we're going to we're going to Moo Brew and Q, and then Merle Fest, and then in the following month we'll be at the Gulf Coast Jam in Florida. Then we'll be at the Carolina Country Music Festival. We're home for like a week and a half, and then we go to New Jersey to the Barefoot Country Music Festival, which Wildwood, New Jersey. I cannot wait to get back there. Oh my God, there's this place called Uncle. I forgot. It's a great breakfast place, and I cannot wait to eat there.
So you just like going to places for the food.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then we'll be at the Georgia Country Music Festival, Greenville Country Music Festival. We're just kind of going everywhere, and I'm trying to book more acoustic shows and stuff, and the whole band shows with, as we can. Luckily, like our friend Fuzz, he's in Indiana, so when he can come and play, he'll play. But we kind of have a rotating members. My old drummer Chris Howe, which was in Wake and Terra, he's a fantastic drummer. He comes and fills in. Brett Druzak, I used to be in Drayton Road. Well, I was in Messenger of Hope with him, and he was in Nephilim for a little bit, and he'll fill in some too. But it's just literally and trying to spend time with my kids too, as I'm doing, trying to keep a good balance. But yeah, just putting out songs as much as I can and playing wherever I can, and luckily I get to play with dudes like these. So,
they're pretty dope.
Yeah, especially this one here.
Again, we can all of us agree. So
yeah, I know.
All of us agree, then
yeah.
We can't be wrong, right, Tyrek?
Yeah. One thing you were saying though, is like how this happened is like Tyrek and I have been spending a lot of time on the road. Like, we'll talk. I think one of the first things we went to was the Georgia Country Music Festival or something like that.
It was before that.
Marietta, Pigs and Peaches, And we did not. Oh, it was awesome. We did not turn the radio on until we got to Atlanta, and we just talked about everything from religion to this. But we realized that people helped us out when we started out, and now we're the old heads here. Now we're the stewards of the scene, and Fayetteville's been so good to us, and it's just a shame to see what it is now compared to what it was. And we definitely with his help, we're definitely going to try to bring it back. And Guy and Mandy and so we definitely would love to see and hopefully Polly, if you're watching this, what camera am I?
You're
Polly, open your place back up. Sean, looking at you.
Ooh.
Mike Zarinsky, if you want to come back.
I actually had a long talk with Sean after my final dress rehearsal for Vagina Monologues over the weekend. And I'm excited to see some of the things that he's cooking up. But yes, I did tell him that there was a definite need for a venue.
Yeah.
Because Fayetteville needs it. Why should we have to travel so far?
Exactly. We have so much talent here.
All the talent.
Oh no.
Like, everyone's always mentioning the top two, but I'm like, they made it in their specific genres, but the ones that we have here, like we can have bang out concerts.
Most definitely.
We could pack out Festival Park with the people that we have here because of the talent that we have.
Mhm.
So I'm always fighting about that.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to look a little different now. From the house shows I've started seeing, like they'll pack a literal house and have bands playing in different rooms. Got someone standing on the toilet doing a acoustic show. No, but
I mean,
you know, they'll pack a house there. You know, and little small places just bringing people in. So it's kind of. It doesn't look the same. It's not the big venues that are bringing big national acts and having the locals come open. It's we're having to make our own.
and I feel like that's also like I mean, COVID wasn't all bad, right? Because there's some things that came from COVID. Like I went back to school. I learned how to do some things like make a mean martini. So COVID wasn't all bad, but I feel like COVID also allowed us to understand and appreciate intimacy a little bit more. So yeah, next house show you have, I really want to see a bassist on the toilet.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Extra points if they're using the toilet.
Yes. I mean, I don't know how that'll work.
Yeah.
Tyrek, what do you got coming up besides all of the things?
All of the things.
All your
Wait,
waste belongs.
So I'm dabbled in a little everything. So about 2 weeks ago, went to Charlotte to a studio with Alexis Rihanna and my band. Lotus Stone, Ray Hill, and Brandon Jones were there, and we tracked her singles. So really excited about that. And I was super excited because I looked on the engineer's Instagram like 3 days later, and he was with Anthony Hamilton in the studio. So I was like, this is
that
really
concert was
cool.
so
Yeah.
dope. I thought about you.
So doing some recording. Like I said, I'm writing some rom-com type music. I want to get in the film score. I want to be the Quincy Jones. It's about my time, my era to write my thriller type record. So, but yeah, just working on a bunch of music, and we wrote a song actually just a little bit ago. We're writing songs all the time, and whenever I figure out my branding, my Lotus Sun stuff will happen. But
I think we need a brand. I like how
it's and maybe it is my overthinking because
Yes, it is.
I pick up influences from every person I play with. That's my secret, by the way. That's why I play with so many people. But yeah, so it's like spanning all this stuff. But I'm a super conceptual person, so that's kind of what it is. But the Sunday after the Isolation exhibit show, we're gonna go to the Red Desk and do a writers round, a Nashville round, and that's a type of performance I've always really loved. And so it's you're kind of telling the stories of your songs, and it's a certain energy when you're just kind of passing it off to the next person. And I think I haven't really seen it here at all, honestly. But it's kind of, I think the attentiveness in the room is like very different than any other style of doing a show. And so I really enjoy that. So I'd been talking with Mandy and Guy for a long time about wanting to do that. So we're going to do that at the Red Desk on Sunday. Haven't really nailed down the time. It'll probably be like around 6.
it's okay. Give me my camera, Brian. Give me my camera. Right here. Guy, I'm tired of playing tag with you. Come on my show. I am playing with you. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Guy. I'm tired of stalking you. Okay, we can have it back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. So we can check you out there. Also, clear your calendar for May 19th.
Okay, I got you.
Should I say it? Well, yeah. May 19th is the 4th annual Art Gallery of Hope.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's going to be at the new warehouse, which is the old Cotton Exchange building downtown.
Oh,
so we're
nice.
changing venues and more about that to come. But if you're an artist, hit me up.
Is my invitation in the mail?
I'm an artist.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. I'm going
I
to
haven't
come
gotten it
to
yet.
and you're going to ride with me.
Sounds good.
But, yeah, we're trying to do this whole Gatsby theme. So, yeah, May 19th.
Gotcha.
I already have the perfect place. I'm gonna like when I walked into the walkthrough, I was like, oh, Tyrek can go here. I just pictured him. So yes, we're gonna do your socials. I'm gonna figure out how to do that because I do have 2 more interviews waiting for us to finish. Don't do it, kids.
Drinking and booking.
Drinking
So
and
much
booking
fun.
is not good. But I do want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Can I possibly get you guys to play a song?
For sure.
Perfect. Here we go.
There is a few. Wait.
Oh.
There is a few more things going on. There's
going on?
one more.
What's
On April 20th, we're
Okay.
having a little shindig as well at the isolation exhibit,
Okay.
and there'll be more details on that too.
Give me
But
flyers.
just go ahead and mark those dates: the 22nd this month, and the 20th of April, and the Sunday after the 22nd, 24th, right?
And
Bye,
me and
y'all.
IT, finger
Yeah,
pistols.
there you go.
I don't even have a camera. All right, bye guys. We're about to play some music.
You see, I've been found a criminal, outlaw, some might say. I've been found an innocent, barely got away. Falls guilty of all, no one man can really say. Here now, I'm doing okay.
On and feel right. It's me and a summer night. Take you downtown with a Bud Light buzzing. Down in the truck, just a late night loving. Down by the creek, somewhere tucked away. That's where the crickets sing, where the radio play. Tongue tied all night, trying to go sleep. That's right.
What's the state of things in days like these? Couldn't tell you to change anything. Healing is the means behind chaos.
Hi, friends. So I told you today was going to be jam-packed, and I didn't lie. And this next guest I've had on the show technically before. He was technically our first people who do, because he's just amazing in the neighborhood. And I'm really excited that we stole him from up north. Everybody's Uncle Carl. Yay!
Hey, how y'all doing?
Uncle Carl.
Yes.
I already
Yes,
gave
ma'am.
a brief bio of you, but tell the people who you are.
Well, to start, I'm Betty's boy.
Betty's boy.
I'm just an old guy with a grill that likes to feed people.
So when did you get into grilling?
Kind of all my life.
Yeah, really. I suck on the grill,
I love it.
but you put me in a kitchen with like 17 pots and pans. I got you.
Well, I mean, I used to watch my godfather grill when I was coming up. And then when I got grown, and the thought of having people together and being outside. Then when I got grown came the beer, and it just made it fun.
That's your happy place.
Yes.
So you do a lot of work in this community. Like, I can tell you to your face now because I finally got you here, but we are really thankful and grateful to have someone like you.
But my thing is, why not do it?
Because a lot of people have reservations about doing things, right?
Yeah.
But you don't think, you just, if it helps.
Well, think about it. Aside from me helping someone else, I'm helping myself. I can take my grill anywhere in the city and I'm not worried about nothing.
Yeah.
Who's going to mess with the guy that feeds everybody?
You're right.
So I built my own security.
You're right. That's
and
brilliant.
and building relationships. I always say one day I'm going to be gone. But I want to leave, some people tell me, legacy to where it falls over to my sons, to my grandkids, to my daughter, to my family. So why not do it if I'm able to do it?
Yeah. So you've got the Lunch on Us, which we'll talk about that
Yes.
towards the end because you have a event coming up this weekend. You have We're a Family.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
We Are One Big Family is a nonprofit that myself and some friends created. It came from a Thanksgiving feeding. Maybe about 10 years ago, I started out by myself buying plates, going to feed in honor of my mother. Well, I was out one day and some friends saw it and they were like, hey, Carl, we want to be a part of it. we want to come work under you and get it done. I said, well, now, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it as a family. Yeah. So, because it's not about the name on the event, it's about the mission of the event. So we came up with We Are One Big Family. Okay. It's motorcycle clubs, car clubs, fraternities, sororities. I tell people from the corner to the corner office that are involved.
Like I say, we got judges and felons.
Yeah. We all do all beside each other.
Yeah.
And I love it.
So, and you have another project, right? You have so many projects.
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Battle Buddies?
Yes, Battle Buddies.
Okay. And you need volunteers for that. So right now would be a great time to talk about that.
Okay. Battle Buddies was an idea I came up with. To be honest, my grandson inspired it. He came home, he said, Pop, I don't want to go to school anymore. So I'm tired of getting bullied. Well, Caden stutters, so he's a target right now. And Caden has me to encourage him, to pick his spirits up, to build him up. But think about that kid that doesn't have someone. So my idea was to create a thing called Battle Buddies, to where you say pair a somewhat popular kid with a not so popular kid. Yeah. Teach them cool that is care about each other. And you reward them with, I'll give you an example. Since I'm doing things with the Crown Coliseum, they talked about giving me hockey tickets, different event tickets. So we put these two together, so then the other kids see, well, they're going, well, maybe I need to be a cool kid, or
tighten up.
Yeah, I need to join this Battle Buddies. Yeah. And my vision is for, outside of it being in the school, to go to the neighborhood. You know, because if a kid starts acting better in school, then the neighbors will start saying, say I get them a t-shirt, Battle Buddies. Yeah. I'm everywhere. So people say, oh, you're part of the Battle Buddies. Then the mindset starts changing. We teach them, you know, it's the different parts of bullying. So people get away from bullying and start caring more.
Yes, Uncle Carl, I get it. I will stop bullying my short boyfriend.
Yes. Pick out what he has instead of what he doesn't have.
I mean, you're right. Whatever. We've never had an audience before. This is totally fun.
She'll stop bullying her producer.
I don't bully my producer that much.
Okay.
Not a lot.
He got nothing to decide.
Does he look like he's bruised and battered? He's fine.
You got him sitting way over there by himself.
Well, speaking of I've got judges and felons and everybody, and just pulling everybody together. You have Lunch on Us coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Can you just talk about how you got started with the Lunch on Us?
Okay. 15 years ago, I started doing this thing called Party at the Park. Uh-huh. And it was a community feeding that I would do to promote positive in and around the community. Well, kept doing that. Then when the pandemic came up, one of my buddies called. He said, all right, what you want to do? I know you got to do something. You can't sit down. Well, I thought about it. The schools were feeding during the week. A lot of groups were feeding on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So we had Sundays. So I said, well, look, let's come up with a thing to do community feedings on Sunday. And the way that the name came about, because if you're worried about your lights, your rent, your this, your that. Okay, well, Sunday afternoon, lunch is on us.
Okay.
And it just kept going. We did it all during the pandemic. We actually did 27 weeks straight. Okay. And we got a kick out of it. You know, my buddy, he financed the first one. And after that, people would ride up and say, hey, what are y'all doing? And we tell them. First question, what church are you from? We're not from any church. Well, why are you doing it? Why not do it? And it just became a thing that people look forward to. I mean, we had these three little girls on their way to church or way home from church every week. They would come eat with us. And we served hamburgers, hot dogs. We've had steaks out there. My thing is, if you kill it, I'll cook it. And we would tell Brent Underwood that. He's in the bag somewhere. Well, some of it. I might use your grill, not mine. But, we just had so much fun with it. And I mean, we'd set up on that corner where people would bring up lawn chairs with the mask on and just sit out there with us. And we'd have people, like I said, just ride up. I don't want a plate. Here's $20 towards next week. And then came going downtown. We had some young ladies come to support what we were doing on Santa Fe and Bonanza Drive. So I said, well, look, one weekend I want to come down there and help y'all out. I went down to Festival Park, and it's one thing to feed my neighborhood, my community where I live, but when I got down there, it's a whole nother audience. And I'll be honest, sometimes people that have can get a little unappreciative. I had people that would come up and, hey, you got any cheese for the burgers? No, I'm sorry, I don't. No cheese? I'm like, okay, well, the store's right down the street.
It's right there.
I'm positive I'm not perfect.
There's Instacart.
But when we went down there and we fed a couple of times, the lady pulled me to the side. She said, Uncle Carl, we like it when you come down there. I said, I mean, you got other people to do it. I just, for one, I don't serve anything I won't eat. She said, but no, the biggest thing is you talk junk. You make us feel like people. It's one thing to pass out a plate, but don't pass it out. Don't be like, okay, here's your plate. God bless you. Don't touch me. I have fun with them. My people walk up, well, how much is it? I said, it's free. But I saw a lady in the Dallas Cowboy hat. I said, all Cowboy fans, 1995.
Which is true. Like, so, why are they still fans? Why do they still have fans?
Well, somebody's got a roof on underdog,
Do they?
Can't bully them. No bullies.
Like, no bullies.
No bullies.
Where's my battle buddy?
But, I mean, it's fun now. And we just look forward to it. And we're going from once a month. Now, it's nothing for me to pop up another day during the week and do it, or another weekend. But we decided to do twice a month. So the first Sunday is dedicated more towards the homeless and people in need, and really everybody. And now we're adding the third Sunday, where we're going to cater more to, or I guess gear more towards families and kids and family fun. Like this Sunday, I want to have there's two big baseball fields. I want kickball games going. I want cornhole. There's a big playground for the kids. There's area for them to play football, whatever. Just come together and have fun, listen to music, talk junk. It's family friendly. And, like I said, the more I can do this stuff, the more it benefits everybody. My grandson meets more friends. It just grows.
And you know what really sucks sometimes? It's like we get into this negative mindset where everyone's like, oh, Fayetteville, oh, you're from there, oh, Vietnam. But we have so many great people doing so many great things like yourself. And so when you're doing things in the community, I know you see some of that negativity, but how do you really just let it slide and keep pushing through?
It's bigger than me. That's one of my things I say. It's easy to get caught up. If you've been blessed, you need to see it. If I can, I'll tell you this. I worked at Goodyear for 15 years. I got hurt, became disabled, got really depressed. Before I got hurt, I was doing some events. So when I got hurt, I lost my income. So I thought that I couldn't do the things I was doing. I couldn't be the man of my house that much anymore. I got to watch what I do. I'm just Carl now. But the community kept calling, Mr. Carl, can you come help us? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to donate. I'm broke, No, we just want to know if you can work the grill. So I can help with the grill. So I found my is what I say. I found my purpose. So I ain't worried about what somebody say not going on. I just look at what I can do. Okay. That's what gets me through.
Okay. So this 16th, which is this Saturday, is your event.
Sunday.
All right. So where are we going to be at on Sunday?
Ponderosa Elementary.
Okay.
The reason we chose Ponda Elementary is because I'm actually the school angel over there.
Nice.
I volunteer every day over there, helping, sometimes walk the halls. My knees aren't hurting. But biggest thing is I help with the kid pickup.
Okay.
Directing the traffic and speaking to parents and, just being that extra set of eyes.
Okay.
And it's actually right around the corner from my house.
Nice. You know what? That's always the best.
Yeah.
And what time are you going to be getting started?
We'll start at 12. Food will be ready by 12:30.
Okay. Now, it's not like the Womack family. Brian, give me this camera again. Because the Womack family will invite you to a Thanksgiving or a cookout and say we're getting started at noon and it's dark before we eat our first food. Womack family, get it together. Uncle Carl's doing it. All right, cool. So
it says till 4, but I will say I don't never end on time.
Yeah. Well, at least you start on time because I don't want to be sitting there at the table. And that's how fights happen with Uno and spades because I'm hangry.
Well, I mean, I'm getting better. There has been time I might say 12 and you eating at 1:30, but things happen,
Yeah.
But they know I mean well.
Yeah.
Who's going to pick on the old guy?
Look, and the one that's going to feed you for free, and the one that you can call at 2:00 and say, can you come do this interview for me?
I got you. Why not?
Why not?
I always tell people, if we don't support, encourage, uplift each other, then who will? Yeah. Somebody's got to be the example.
Absolutely. So we've got this event coming up this Sunday. And we're also going to have you on the show again because you have a huge event coming up this summer.
Yes.
If you just want to drop just a little bit for people.
Okay. Well, just from what we just talked about, I love grilling. I'm part of the Black Barbecue Cook-Off. I've been a part of a couple other cook-offs, so I love doing it. I love the way people come together and share ideas and the junk that's talk, trash talking. So I'm creating a thing, the R&B Festival. Now, when you hear R&B, it's not your traditional R&B, not rhythm and blues. Not rhythm and blues, no. Two of my favorites, well, I kind of changed it up, but two of my favorite things is ribs and beer, the Ribs and Beer Festival. But what we're going to do is, because it's going to be a competition, it's going to be two meats, and it'll be ribs and butts. Already have talked to the Crown Coliseum. We had a tentative date set, but I'm going to have to change it because of some growth in flip-flops also, yeah.
Wait. We want to talk about this, girl.
Yes.
We can get back to R&B later.
Yeah, okay. As you see, flip-flop sauce is the everything sauce. It was actually created during the cookouts.
Okay.
And it was created not to be a company. It was just created just to have the cookouts. The community pushed and encouraged me so much. So I was like, look, okay, I've got it. Y'all help me find somebody to help me take this to the next level. We'll do it. And then it came. They got somebody to mentor me, Mr. Bob Fletcher. He gave me the steps I needed to take it to the next level. He said, look, Carl, everybody's got different tastes, so why should I not help you create your sauce? Then from there, doing the feedings during the pandemic, one of the guys who was helped sponsor, Jay Dozier, came over and he was seeing people eat the sauce, and he put on a hot dog. Now, let Jay tell he doesn't eat many hot dogs, but that day he had 4, maybe 5 hot dogs with the sauce on it. And he was like, man, have you talked to anybody about this? I said, man, I've tried to talk to everybody and their mama. But, hey, it is what it is. When it's time, it's time. We went to lunch the next week. He became my partner.
Nice.
Next thing you know, we start getting in stores. I was blessed to meet a young lady who owned a market downtown, who opened the door for me. So one of the first places I got in was the Fayetteville Downtown Market, and I'm very thankful for her and the opportunity I was given there.
She's somewhere back there too. We got a lot of people in the studio today.
And then came a couple more: Pace Farmers Market, Ken Law's, and then Food Line. And it's been amazing. Yeah. Just to come from a mason jar on the table, something I made up in my kitchen, just playing around, to make the deliveries and put it on the shelves, or somebody see the van, hey, I've had your sauce, it's good, it's great, I got scared one time. A little lady was pulled up beside me, just blowing horn. Bam, bam, bam. Yes, ma'am. Hey, I've had your sauce. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Let's get sauced. Yeah.
So you sound really humble when you're talking about, and then Food Line happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you don't follow Uncle Carl Pringle, just go ahead and go on all your socials and do that now. But when you say Food Line happened, you say it like it's a small thing.
Okay.
Let the people know how badass you are.
All right. The first offer was they gave me 20 stores. They gave me 20 Fayetteville stores. And I mean, it was like, wow, to see it on the shelves, like I said. Well, we just talked the other day. We got the email. We're now given 223 stores with still opportunity for growth. But I'm like, wow.
That's amazing.
And it all goes back to it's bigger than me. before I made an agreement with my business partner, I told him, look, because it came from the community, part of it has to go back. So 10% of what we do as we grow goes back to the feedings, help sponsor the mentoring camp that we do, the Thanksgiving feeding, whatever we're doing, 10% has to come back to the community, which is going to help grow Uncle Carl Safe Space.
And
yeah.
So many little projects, and they're not little because they're so big, and you do so much, and you have such a big heart. And I just want to say that literally all of those awards that you've gotten over the last few years are completely deserved. You actually deserve a lot more.
Thank you. But the thing about it, I tell everybody, they may put it in my hands, but we did that. Yeah. So, I couldn't have done half the stuff without your support, some of the other folks' support. This positive stuff ain't easy sometimes.
It's not. It is not. Like, we were talking about mental health.
Ooh, yeah, I've had to sit down on somebody's couch a couple of times, but then I look at it, it's like, when I'm, like, we get caught up in what we can't do or what we don't have, but I do have something I can do, which is my grill. So that's the blessing in it. I'm so worried about, I don't have, woe is me, but I do have a gift, and that's the grill and running my mouth.
Well, take that, Miss Chapman. Running my mouth made me successful too. I want to thank you for coming on. We're going to flash a flyer, but I got more of Nuthin To Do episode 11 coming for you soon. And Uncle Carl, I love you.
I love you too. If nobody's told you today, Callie, Caden, and now Trinity's Pop loves you.
Aww, Trinity's a little nugget. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Oh. Talk about your B-roll. I always wanted to be a beatboxer. Hi guys. So episode 11 of Nuthin To Do, jam-packed with a lot of cool music, and one of my favorite people in the community, Uncle Carl. But I want to go ahead and do my people who do before we get out of here, because since there were so many people here, I'm ready to party. Maybe I'll book 17 people for next show. Who knows? But this past weekend, on Friday and Saturday, I was blessed to be a cast member of the Vagina Monologues, produced by the Yellow Beanie Project. And Claudia was our director, and Linda was our stage manager. And let me tell you, never in 1,000 years will I ever thought that I would be on stage around so many amazing individuals. Some of them do a lot of theatrics throughout town. We'll go ahead and just put all that up for you. But there's so many of us to name that I really can't name them all. But some of them do theatrics around town. So if you're around, go support Randy in Assassins at Gilbert Theater. You also have like Claudia, who's going to be doing a lot more workshops. Mikey, you're the best. He also got COVID and didn't even get to come to his own show. So boo on us for, being so awesome that we got you sick. I'm just kidding. We didn't get him sick. But, yeah, just make sure that you're supporting the arts, because we have so many people in this city that are doing big things on stages, all types of stages, whether it's live music like you just saw earlier, or whether Festival Park or a ballpark is your stage. We have so many amazing people, and are so many amazing women that put on Vagina Monologues that allowed me to be a part and be in their space. Big up to you ladies, and I love and adore you all. So now that I'm done being all mushy and stuff, I'm like a Pop-Tart, all hollered on the outside and mushy and fruity on the inside. I'm going to give you all the things to do. It's episode 11, Nuthin To Do. Oh, wait, before we go, I want to pay my bills. Rock 103, Q98, Magic 106.9, 640 AM, Cumulus Media Group. Make sure to check us out, like all of our pages. Thank you guys for still keeping me employed. Jimmy Keep, thanks for letting me use your studio as a party house today. Woo! If you can't find your candy, don't come to my office at 1009 Drayton Road. Share Studios, Brian, Be Live. Thank you for being the world's best producer with soul. And everyone else, love you and adore you. Thank you guys for all your support. Now, here's something to do. Bye. Wait. You guys thought that I was going to end the show? Just kidding. Actually, when we were recording, because you guys know we don't go live, like that would be ridiculous, right? This hadn't happened yet. So I wanted to come back into the studio. Sorry, Brian. Actually, you guys couldn't get enough of me, could you? Huh? I'm just kidding. Brian couldn't get enough of me. Right, Brian? Oh, okay, he's shaking his head. I'm not going to tell you which way he's going. But I wanted to come back in the studio to give a huge shout out to the young ladies of Terry Sanford's basketball team for beating South Central 58-50 in the state semifinals. And they will go on to face West Rowan this Friday, March 15th at 3:30. Come on. The girls are going to the ship. So everybody send out your positive vibes. Whether you rep your own school, go Eagles, or, you're just one of those that just like, forget my high school. It was just terrible. I don't blah, blah, blah. Everybody had bad experiences. But these young ladies definitely deserve us to push all the positive vibes their way so they can bring home the trophy from the ship. So here's everything to do. I promise I'm not coming back this time. See you next week. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Nothing to Do weekly podcast, recorded at the Share Studios in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with your host, Dominique. And make sure to tune in next week because it's only going to get better.